Yeah, the holy breath is moving. You know what I'm saying? Up in the sky, up in the air. Everything is evolving. But yeah, we getting like I guess like a glimpse of like that like the hurricane or whatever like that season. But yeah, everything is transforming and transforming and actually going to a higher octave within spirituality within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's breathing the whole, I mean, the spirit of the breath of life and all that stuff. You know, it's going to be a great change and all that stuff. Like with you, your internal self, and like the internal battles. You know, you have to have a pure heart in order to be redeemed. You know what I'm saying? You have to be redeemed in order to be immune from all of like the actual like demons and disregarded entities that actually like you know like want to take you know like want us dead. You know what I'm saying? Want to harvest our souls and all that stuff. You know, in these times. So like it's good to actually like be patient, focused, you know, like honest, you know what I'm saying, like and actually like purifying yourself, detoxing and detoxification like in these times right now, you know what I'm saying? Because like it's a great flip and things happening and all that stuff. Like it actually like it's a whole ever since the eclipse happened and all that stuff, it's been a whole lot of stuff that's happened all across the globe or whatever, you know, with natural cataclysm. You know, it's floods in Japan, flooding in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Landslides in Papua New Guinea. You know, killing like thousands of people. You know what I'm saying? Earthquakes. You know, like that's on like the actual like 33rd parallel. You know what I'm saying? Where the 13 colonies like was resurrected from the brutish, you know, empires and like in them nobility families and all that stuff that mixed in. That was about the mixing. That was about the mixing, and it was a certain group of Moors and all that stuff that was about like the redeeming of the bloodline. You know what I'm saying? Like the lost tribes and all that stuff, the ones that still lost, them the ones like didn't have like the law. You know what I'm saying? Don't have their identity. But the Moors, the ones like that actually kept the law and that actually like that that erect like what's within in darkness and all that stuff and bring it to the marvelous light and actually like uncover all of like the secret society and all of like the actual like trickery that's been undercover and all that stuff. That's actually like coming forward like in the forefront, you know what I'm saying, in the forefront of this great times that we living in and all that stuff as well too. Then like the because it's going to be like because like it's gonna be nuclear war. You know what I'm saying? Like in order for things to before like this transition, because it's gonna be a transition with the Earth, like in the pole shift, but at the same time, it's gonna be a other transition on the earthly realm with the earthly governments and the actual like people in the power seats that's getting removed and getting switched up, and it's gonna be all dictated based on your heart, based on like if you're going to get actually like redeemed or saved or not, because a whole lot of people and all that stuff is the testing of like your faith in what you know and what you know is true. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't stand on what you know what I'm saying, you're going to fall for the sword. And that's what a whole lot of people is and all that stuff. Like they rooted within their truth, they ain't rooted within what they know. So like based on them fearing death, they fall by the sword and they actually like compromise they self mentally, sexually, and psychologically and all that stuff to actually like go and portray actual like fake image of who they are to please the general public. You know what I'm saying? But but at the same time, like that's why I said like the general public, you know what I'm saying, like don't have like the actual truth. You know what I'm saying? Like they have like the currents of the world. That's the reason why like it's the narrow path. Like it's the narrow path. Only a few going to actually make it, and all that stuff is going to be redeemed, and actually going to be one with God in your actual internal reservoir, your chakra system, in order to actually like evolve and survive this pole shift that's happening within your body, and it's going to happen on outside the earth, and you because you have to walk through fire. You know what I'm saying? You have to transition. You have to actually like go through like these turmoils and all this stuff in order to travel upstream in order to actually like uh transform to a whole different glorified body. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why we like going through like these hardships and like this structured time that we're going in and all this stuff in order to break free to new crystalline state, just like I mean, just like with the cicadas going on. You know what I'm saying? The black cicadas. You know, like there's some things dealing with the end time prophecy as well too, like with the black cicadas that's going on, that's merging the genes and the seeds and all that stuff to create a new breed. So like it's things happening. Then the hurricane Beryl, then Beryl like it's kind of like the dragon or Leviathan and all that stuff, and the Beryl like it's the crystal or a barrel, like that's tumbling down, that's crushing Babylon. You know what I'm saying? That's why Noble Drew Ali said, like, I got a, it's a big ball that's rolling, rolling and all that stuff, to destroy Babylon, and it's going to destroy anybody that's in its path. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's why if you try to mess with divine law, divine prophecy, divine way, and you trying to do your own way without uh, going in alignment with divine law, you know what I'm saying? And you trying to use like the spirituality and all that stuff for your own self glorification and all that stuff, it's actually like exposing you, and cosmic law gonna put you back in place. You know what I'm saying? Like this actual like false Roman government and stuff, government gonna put you back in place, as it said in Romans 13. You know what I'm saying? Because they have the covenant of when they broke the yokes off our necks and all that stuff to keep their foot on our necks. Like I mean, for perpetually. Once they gained the empire, you know what I'm saying? Because as soon as they broke the yoke off our necks, they had central control of all of like the great empire. They just overtook everything and all this stuff the last 200 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things going on, whatever, like that's in this thing. So like breathe, go outside, meditate, tap within yourself, transform, you know what I'm saying? Like and create, create, like use your internal reservoir and all that stuff, and tap more within yourself and be who you are, you know what I'm saying? It's time to like stop faking or stop being who you is not, you know what I'm saying? And not being scared of tapping into your true divine power and your true divine divinity and purpose and all that stuff or whatever. So like that's what the times that we in right now. You know what I'm saying? So like that's the reason why like it's time to be like I said, limitless. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to actually like expand your mind to a certain density, because like your mind and all this stuff have your brain have certain synapses that it can fill up 1,000 terabytes, of information. That's the reason why like with the Nazarene rite, we don't supposed to be cutting our hair or our beard, because it connects you to like the your equilibrium, and it keep you fully balanced. That's why like it said like if you don't have, I mean, if you clip your beard or you clip your hair, that's a curse. Just like our women and stuff like that clipping they hair and they bald headed, you know what I'm saying, and they have a stench based on being harlot and not following the laws of God. So like everything have to go back in alignment. And if you not actually like living for evolution, and tapping into your God and knowing like the true time that we living in, which is the end times, then you just gonna perish, and you just gonna actually like get swept under the rug, like with the currents and the waves of which we in. You know what I'm saying? But only you have to endure to the end to be saved. Not that many people gonna be saved. Not that many people gonna be actually like in tune. But at the same time, it's a grand purpose or whatever, because like it's a grand awakening now, just like with TikTok, with things that's happening and all this stuff that's within the world with the end time prophecy is waking people up. Even atheists, like that was atheists 2 months ago, tapping into like and getting in tune, like and tapping into and knowing the true spirit of God and knowing like what time we in. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a whole lot of people that deviate from, like like their God given path as well too, because like they have a weak faith and they're afraid of death. That's why like when you're afraid of death, you will die. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not afraid of death, you will be immortalized. So, so anyway, that's why you have to have the real eyes to recognize the real lies, in this world, because we're in the giant fishbowl and we breathing in and all this stuff as living sentient beings and all that stuff, in order to actually like uh transform into the son of the sun. You know what I'm saying? You have to transform into like your internal true self, because like everybody is on this planet at these end times right now, for judgment, for judgment. So like so everything like that you trying to hide and do and all that stuff, you're gonna be brought to light of it. And like and just because like Allah, God wrath has been delayed, don't mean that his power is weakened. Because a whole lot of people feel like just because like all this, oh, like they say, oh, like the end time, or they said the world gonna end all this time, but like it haven't happened yet. You know what I'm saying? That's the boy cry roof. But when it happened and all this stuff is going to be at a sudden, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you're not divinely seeing and intuitive with your mind to see like that the divine signs that's around us and the times that we in and the changing of society and like how people acting and all that stuff and they glorifying lust, they glorifying their lust, they glorifying all devilishment, you know what I'm saying? And all these false prophets and teachers around it, you know what I'm saying? That's actually like killing people and human trafficking and all this stuff. If you don't see this, and if you don't see the truth, you just gonna perish. You know what I'm saying? You ain't weak. I mean, you ain't strong enough to actually like inherit the kingdom of heaven because that's only for the strong souls. No weak souls that's easily get possessed by demons and all that stuff. They can't possess the kingdom because like once they get to that pure state, they gonna fall again, and we can't have that no more. Like it's a battlefield, and it's the purification process to be crystal, to be like to transform to that 666 beast self because you got six sides. That's why I say like 666 is the mark of the man because you have six sides: one, two, three, four, you know, five, and the back is six. You know what I'm saying? So like you have six sides of yourself, and you have to bring it together and all this stuff. You have to crystallize yourself by the activation of your internal thoughts through the holy breath in order to transform and to actually like be glorified, and to be in tune. So when this pole shift happened and all that stuff, you'll actually like go straight through and walk through them gates. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, this just a little snippet. I just want to just show y'all that you is limitless, and if you don't think so, you know what I'm saying, you need to tap within and all that stuff and know your true divine power and your true divinity. And you see this shine, you see like sun popping out. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for everything. Yeah, so anyway, like yeah, that's just a little snippet. I know I was all over the place, but I'm gonna have like more topics and I'm gonna be more active on my social media with the content. So anyway, like yeah, tap within, righteous expansion, and tap within my latest album as well too, Transformation on Apple Music and all platforms. You know what I'm saying? Coremour Luel Bay will never lead you astray. Much love. You know what I'm saying? Like and continue on your journey and tap within and know the true times that we're in, which is the end time. So peace and love. You know what I'm saying? Islam, Shalom, and shoot, like yeah, everything is good. Life is good. So I hope y'all life is good as well too. And don't be discouraged. Don't be dismayed. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we in them times and all that stuff. It's gonna be an ancient parade. You have to rejoice because we're in the rejoicing times. Because like even if you have the pure heart, even if you have to taste death, you still gonna be, you're gonna still be reborn back into the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to know the times that we're living in and all this stuff, and just have to have true faith because like, hey, it's a time and it's a judgment of whose side that you on. Is you on good side? Is you on the righteous side, or if you on the evil side? Because it's an actual division of what's going on and all this stuff, or grand separation of who is who now. You know who everybody is now. They exposing themselves, especially like in this 2024 as well too. You know what I'm saying? So like and that's like the year of the eight. So it's like the cycle. So it's like the snake eating itself. So like what goes around comes around. So whatever that you did in the past is going to bite you in the tail, or what you did in the past, you need to grow from it and all that stuff and transform it to a new being. So that's what this year is and all this stuff. And it's and based on the eclipse, it was the pole shift of the sun. So it locks it. So it locked in the information. You know what I'm saying? It locked in that vibration. So it's only up from here. We ain't going back, to the old times. You know what I'm saying? We in a new age of reality right now. You know what I'm saying? We in a new realm. The people already saying that they saying the sun is brighter. You know what I'm saying? They said if they was sun gazing for a minute, they can't even sun gaze for 15 seconds now because the sun have rose into a higher octave. It got a little bit brighter, and that's why a whole lot of people was talking about the heat dome and how hot it is this summer because it's only up from here. So, all right, peace and love.